Hello and welcome to Nesh's Garage. I just moved into this new garage, and one thing this garage was missing mainly was a table for me to store all of my tools on, for me to sit and do some table work. So I spent about $70 in parts for some 2x4, some plywood, and some screws, and about 3 hours of work. And I was able to build this table from scratch. I did use a software to actually mock this up first just to see how much 2x4 I'll need, and it came out to about 7 8 foot pieces of 2x4s. The current price of 2x4s at Home Depot is about $4 a pop. So 7 pieces were 28 bucks, another $25 worth of plywood, and the rest was in screws and the pegboard. The pegboard was about $13. So all in all, I was about $70 in 3 hours of work into this table, and the way this table turned out has been amazing. I am so happy with. All right, let's quickly go ahead, jump into the video, and see how I made this. Okay, so the first thing we had to do was cut all of our pieces of 2x4s to length based on the cut sheet that I created. I like to use my saw along with a speed square just to make sure that all my lines are straight so I don't have to deal with wobbly lines or unsquared pieces afterwards. Okay, so now that we've got all of our pieces cut together, one thing I like to do is pre-drill some holes in all of them and then put some screws halfway in. So when I'm trying to mount them to my other pieces, it is much more easier. So with that being said, all we need to do is make 3 boxes, mount 4 legs and 2 support pieces, and then our table should be ready. And then we'll throw in the plywood on top of it and make a nice table. So let's get to it. Just follow the same drill again, drill holes, put screws through, mount it using clamps. And I'll see you guys on the other side when I'm done with this box. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is mount these legs 30 inches above the ground. So one way I found easiest to do is to just mark a 30-inch line here, clamp it down, and then just run my screw straight through. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is mount the supporting pieces for the top shelf of this table. So to do that, I just marked how far deep it has to be from this point. I've marked my 3 points, and I'm just going to put a 2x4 here using a level to make sure it's nice and straight, and then just screw it in. So let's go ahead and do that quickly, and then next thing left is to mount the base piece, and then we should be good. Okay, now so the only thing left to do is mount that bottom piece, and then we're gonna cut plywood for all three sections and then mount that together. And then last thing after that would be to mount the pegboard on the back, and then that should be the finished product. So let's go ahead quickly mount this bottom piece together. So that now we have all the plywood pieces mounted on top of our table. The only thing left to do is mount that piece of pegboard. Mount this huge piece of pegboard in the back of this table, somewhere like this, and then that should be our table completed. So to achieve this, I'm going to use the already existing supports, and then I'm also going to use some 1x2 supports in the middle here, and I'm going to mount my pegboard using that, and we'll see how it goes. So as you guys can see, there is a pegboard mounted in the back which houses all of my tools. For some extra tool storage, I just screwed some screws on the side of these 2x4s to store my level, my ruler, my speed square, and all the stuff. Some extra hardware. It has got storage on top where I can store the big items like my air compressor, all the extra parts that I have. For the Forerunner, the LED light bar that you can see in the back is going on the Forerunner soon. On the side here, I have more screws to put more material on. The 2x4 works great to hold my clamps together. And in the bottom, I have stored my jack stands, extra car parts, and on the side, I have my jack here. So I hope you guys like this video. Definitely, it helps me store a lot of my tools, but like with any garage, there is never enough storage. So I'm gonna keep building more storage as I deem fit. But for now, I'm very happy with the table. Do make sure to check the plans in the description. And if you decide to build one yourself, please DM me your progress or the picture of your table on my Instagram at Nesh's Garage. I'll also link that in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.